Hi everyone, so I'm going to show you an exercise in a second. It's called a pike, and we're going to use the Swiss ball. Okay. The reason I'm taking you through this exercise is I'm going to show you the importance of flexibility. Okay. Flexibility does have a dramatic effect on what you're going to get from an exercise. In other words, let's just say, for example, you've got a very tight chest. Okay. Your chest is very tight, so what it does is it naturally pulls those shoulders forwards like that. Okay, so whenever you do an exercise then that is basically a row or a pull-in or a pull-up or whatever it is, you're going to struggle when you get to the end because if this is so tight, it's going to keep pulling you forwards, okay? So you want to be nice and straight and then pull back. Let's be nice and loose here. In other words, you get all the way back. That's why range of movement, people talk about range of movement when you do an exercise, is really, really important, all right? What I'm going to demonstrate on the ball here is how important it is to have a good hamstring flexibility. And I know you're probably groaning now because everyone has really tight hamstrings, and certainly most of the people I train do when they begin. But it's really important that you take time to stretch these muscle groups, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on here the importance of hamstring flexibility. I'm going to do that by doing the pike. So, I'm going to show you two variations of this, okay? So you've got a basic one where you're going to go up onto your toes first, and then one where you're going to do a pull over and pull forwards. So, in this position here, you start with the ball roughly on your shins, okay? And then you're going to come up to this position here and hold it there. Now, if I had tight hamstrings, I would be in this position, okay? But as I haven't, I'm able to go all the way up and keep a really nice straight line. Now, I can't tell you enough the difference that makes on what I'm getting from that exercise in my abdominals, okay? Because I'm going to get to the top of that exercise, I can really feel my lower abdominals in particular really tightening up and pulling in, okay? If I've got tight hamstrings, that's not going to happen, all right? The slightly tougher version is the one where we do the pull over first. And then this time you kind of end up with the ball on your shins as you come forwards. Alright, so this, you start it roughly on your quads. Okay? So, same position, like this, roughly on the bottom half of the quads. You're going to go back to this position here, straighten the body, okay? Then come up and tuck at the top. There, okay? Slightly harder because you've got a bit more compression this time with the ball. So it's kind of preventing you from going too far, okay? And back down. Again, what I'm getting from my stomach there is a really, really good workout, okay? But without having loose hamstrings, or flexible hamstrings I should say, that just wouldn't be possible, all right? So please take the time to stretch muscles as much as you do work them, okay? Basic hamstring stretches are 1 foot forwards, reaching toes up, reaching down towards the heel, like this, okay? Equally, you could lie on your back with a strap around your calf, okay? So you'd be in this sort of position, take hold of the leg, and then you just draw it towards you as far as you can. You should feel it all the way down the back of the leg. It will go all the way up as well, possibly even into your foot, okay? Depending on how stiff those muscles are. But please take time to make sure that you get it right. Feel the stretch. Once you feel the stretch, you're holding it for about 30 seconds at least, okay, at least. If you've got really stiff hamstrings, you might want to ease into the stretch a bit more, so you might sort of start here, kind of breathe with it, breathe with it, breathe with it, as low as you can, and then come up, because it might be a bit painful, okay? So, slowly, slowly into it. Avoid this bouncing, okay? Because when you do that, what you're doing is you're forcing your body weight down on it, okay? So as I do this, not a problem for me because I've got loose hamstrings, flexible hamstrings, but this isn't hurting me, okay? If you're quite stiff and you can only get down to here, doing that is not going to do you any favours, okay? You can quite easily pull something, so please take your time to get the stretch right. And you know when you've got it right because you'll feel it in the right muscles, as I say, it'll be all the way down the back of the leg here, okay? In particular in your hamstrings, alright? That's just one example of how much flexibility makes to a certain exercise. As I say, without that, I wouldn't have got half as much from my abdominals of that. Okay? Give it a try. Please, please, please take your time to stretch.